Welcome to Alan Moore's Porch, episode, what is this, 10? 10. Episode 10. It's our big-ass year-end review. We're gonna talk about all the nerdy shit that happened in this year. But first, let me bring out someone. He's a one-track lover down a two-way lane. Mr. Justin Partridge. Yay!
I shouldn't have even done that. I don't know. It's now just become an exercise in my own vanity that I make you do that.
That you make
when there was no one here. Hi, everybody.
All two of you.
Yeah, welcome. But fuck them. Like
everybody
that wasn't here, they can go fuck themselves. They're gonna. Once again, the episode where we barely had anybody here was a great ass episode.
It was.
We're gonna make this one a great ass episode.
It was a good episode.
There's a lot of stuff, but this episode's gonna be a little different because the people that did show up and are our real friends are going to be a part of the show.
Huge part.
If at any point in time they have something to say. You didn't write anything down?
I didn't write anything down.
I've got enough for both of us.
I've got ideas, but I don't have anything like hardcore.
Gotcha. You've got a couple. I mean, you look amazing, by the way.
Thank
I just have
you.
to say,
and for all the people that are not let's see, 4.98 billion people.
The rest of the population of the Earth that aren't here.
That
have everything better to do.
Justin looks like an extra from Urban Cowboy.
Not even Urban Cowboy. I was trying to get the sequel to Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
The one where he moves to the city and tries to become a dancer.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
what, like that. Effie Trinket, Sixth Doctor, a lot of shit just.
I was seeing
when
you said Sixth Doctor and Effie Trinket, I was like, this is gonna be the gayest costume on the planet.
I fucking when I saw Hunger Games and Catching Fire. Well, it really affirmed my love of Elizabeth Banks. I always thought Elizabeth Banks was really amazing, but she's incredible in both of those movies. Wearing the most outlandish shit. Like shit that Freddie Mercury would even be like, come on, love. Come on, you can step back a bit.
One of her first big roles as the chick that wanted to get it up the ass in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
No, that was Leslie, Judd Apatow's wife.
No, that was the chick that threw up and tried to kiss. It's like, that tastes like seafood. That was his wife. I'm pretty sure
she's the super dirty one.
We can do it in the butt if you wanna. But what? I think that's Elizabeth Banks.
It's been years since I've seen that movie.
Anybody?
I have not seen that movie.
You've never seen 40-Year-Old Virgin? It's a goodie.
The one like Park Your Bike?
Yeah, Park.
Yes, yeah, Park Your Bike in my trunk. That is Elizabeth Banks.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, I'm glad we solved that mystery.
That was one of her first big movies.
God, that's funny. I do know for a bit the chick from Undeclared, the chick that played one of the main girls in Undeclared, was like their go-to weird sex girl.
Yeah,
it's the girl that like Steve Carell kicks in the face, and then like in another movie, in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, she's the hi, like when he's having sex with her and she just keeps saying hi. Like when he's like, I can't do this. Wow, we talked about Elizabeth Banks for a bit. Like I just started looking at it. It's like 3-4 minutes on Elizabeth Banks.
Fuck it. Well,
she needs us to be like, oh, she's great. Like
she's amazing.
Our stamp of approval.
She's amazeballs.
But no, she's great in those movies. All right, we're gonna talk about those commercials.
Okay, let's take that tangent.
Because every time I see those commercials, for the people that aren't listening, the people that don't watch TV, apparently, it's the commercials. It's the Sprint commercials with Darth Vader and Alex DeLarge from Clockwork Orange reading people's social network feeds and Twitter feeds. And whoever fucking pitched this and just whatever ad agency came up with this, we owe you a steak. Like, because these commercials are the best.
That's something that I wanted to talk about. Because the first time I saw it, it was, I don't know which one it was, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, these are tremendously talented. These are like award-winning actors.
I'm pretty sure James Earl Jones has an Oscar.
I'm pretty sure he does too. I know he's got one. He's probably, if he doesn't, he should.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there and I was like, these people, and they're reading the most asinine comments.
Horrible things. But that one...
What he's like, it's like, oh my god, Ryan McDaniels is so hot.
The hottie.
He's such a hottie. Totes McGoats.
Like, there's somebody that was on
He's
set.
the hottest hottie that ever hottied.
Can you imagine? Like,
Totes McGoats.
That is a pitch perfect. You're like the Rich Little of James Earl Jones's. Like, there was a guy that was on set that Malcolm McDowell asked how to pronounce amazeballs. Like, can you imagine being that guy? Like,
excuse me, young man. What is it? How do I say this? That's Totes McGoats.
Totes McGoats.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Even better is that they got those scripts and had to rehearse them at least a couple times. So there's grainy cell phone footage of Malcolm McDowell just looking at his sides going, amaze balls! Amaze balls!
Over bifocals.
Amaze balls! Like him really trying to find the middle ground.
Him with those little like readers that old people wear.
Those like
on a gold chain around his neck. Sitting there like Totes McGoats.
Oh, God, yeah, they're brilliant.
The hottest hottie that ever hottied. Okay, all right, we're good. We're good on this.
Oh, they're great. They're great commercials. I don't know. I don't know why that was something that I decided we needed to talk about, but man, they are great commercials. Let's go into our shout outs and plugs that we always do at the beginning of the show. Off Topical Pod, you can find them at offtopicalpod/Facebook. You can also find them on Twitter at Off Topical Pod, all one word. They also have a website, offtopical.com. Our other partner in podcast, Between the Panels, you can find them at... I have a thing... I just recently published my first interview with a professional comic book writer, Chris Robinson, the guy that's writing the new.
How did you do that, by the way?
It's
phone or through
Skype it was
or...
just through email. I was just sending him emails.
Okay,
but I
because I didn't want to have. I mean, no offense, but you stagger a bit.
Oh God, yeah, it would have taken like 4 days if I did. Because on the phone,
I just want to say, you're amazing.
He would have hung up and then told me never to buy any of his comics again. He's like, you're
the industry
you're off the list. We're fine. Dynamite's going to be fine without your money. But you can find them at Between the Panels /Facebook on Facebook and on Twitter at BTPcast. I've been generating a lot of content for them because I'm trying to split my time between Newsarama and Between the Panels. But yeah, I've put up my first interview with a comic book writer. He was a prince. Like, Chris Robinson is a fucking prince. He was a really nice dude.
Cool. What
were we about to say though?
Are you getting paid for this shit?
No.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think so.
Not a red cent.
One red penny. I didn't think so, but I was like, I sat there thinking about it. I was like, he's doing this like it's. I mean, it's not technically a job, but you know, I was like, he's putting a lot of effort and time into this.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you getting paid? I was like, no, I didn't.
No one's.
The larger part of me was like, he's not getting paid.
Yeah, no one's put my name on a check. Newsarama. I work for Newsarama as well. You can find them at newsarama.com, on Facebook at Newsarama/Facebook, and on Twitter at Newsarama.
Pro bono. We'll say pro bono because it makes you sound more dignified.
Does it?
Writer pro bono.
Does it really?
You do it for free. You don't. They would offer you money, but you're too good to accept it. I think that's.
See, I don't think anyone would buy that. It's the first thing I said to people is like, you're a fucking liar.
I'm a freelance pro bono writer.
I do say that I'm a freelancer.
So you write slash fiction?
I do say that I'm a freelancer just to blow the smoke up my ass.
Just to throw a little bit on there.
I got a couple of offerings to Snake God. I've got a couple of goodies because recently my fiance and I got Netflix. And then fucking disappeared.
Dropped off the
for like 3-4 weeks. Like, we did nothing but watch Netflix. And the first two things that we started watching, that we watched, we haven't finished one of them, but we watched one of them to completion. Orange is the New Black, the women in prison drama.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! It's fucking good. It's really goddamn good. there's only like two people that are super recognized. Laura Prepon
From 70 show.
From that 70 show, and the chick from But I'm a Cheerleader is in it. Remember that movie, But I'm a Cheerleader, about the cheerleader that finds out she's a lesbian and her parents send her to... You've never seen But I'm a... That is such a Matt movie. You've never seen But I'm a Cheerleader. It's not just because it's got a lot of like lesbian sex in it. I just want to make that clear.
Which I do.
Which I mean is up his alley. I mean, I do know him.
No, I mean because I'm thinking.
And it's funny. It's really fucking funny.
Because one of my all-time favorite movies, and I'm not ashamed to say it, is Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yeah, because it's great.
Because that movie is balls out hilarious.
It's really funny. But I'm a Cheerleader is really, really funny. This girl finds out, or
when was it made?
Not too long after Drop Dead Gorgeous. It's in like the early 90s. She finds out she's a lesbian. Her parents freak out, and they send her to like she flips a card one day. It was like, oh Jesus! Like, all right, I'm into that. But sorry, I apologize to all lesbians out there. You can send your hate mail directly to me. But they send her to a Pray the Gay Away camp. And then she finds another girlfriend. Like, it's fucking hilarious. It's really, really. But
gay guy with the blow dryer?
No. But I'm a Cheerleader. It's really funny.
I've seen something like that where they're at a camp.
Oh yeah.
But Orange Is the New Black is amazing. If you have Netflix, get on it, watch it. The second season comes out sometime next year. The second thing that a Netflix original series, House of Cards, with Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright. I keep always wanting to say Robin Wright Penn, but she dropped that motherfucker like a hot rock.
I keep every time I say Robin Wright, I say Robin Wright.
But that show is also incredible. I always this sounds shitty, but I always forget. And my fiance and I were talking about this. We always forget how good of an actor Kevin Spacey is whenever he's just acting. Like the last thing I remember seeing him in is that Shitball 21 movie where he teaches the kids to count cards and stuff. He was good in that Horrible Bosses. He was hilarious in Horrible Bosses.
I haven't seen Horrible Bosses.
He's really funny, but him just acting and
him just being
the piss out of it's so great. The first two episodes are directed by David Fincher, and then you kind of see his. And the fourth episode, weirdly enough, is directed by Joel Schumacher. And it's amazing.
Okay.
This is weird that this sparked something. That I said Joel
Schumacher. Because Joel Schumacher made some really, really, really important movies. Like, he just made some just awful, awful pieces of shit.
I like his Phantom of the Opera.
I mean, yes, but it was very, very Joel Schumacher.
Oh yeah, it's a musical.
It's huge. Over the top.
Yeah, it's huge.
No, but as far that's what Joel Schumacher should be directing if he wants to direct shit like that. Then just stick with weird, wacky, over the top musicals. Because his Batman's were awful. His first Batman was approachable. Because I sat there one day and I was like, what? I was like, what else did Schumacher done? I was like, I want to know. And I looked it up and I saw that he directed Falling Down.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? No, I wanted to know what Joel Schumacher did, so I looked up.
That was smooth. Holy shit. I can't, I'm sorry. That's just, we kind of got fucked a little bit, like halfway.
There was like a 30-minute...
Us just kind of with a thumbs up our asses trying to get back on. We recovered the episode, we got it back, but yeah. That was a 50-minute silky smooth.
If there was more people in the audience, we would have had a revolt.
They just would have left. They just would have all got up as one unit.
That's a revolt.
And then just
empathetic revolt.
I'll bang through the rest of these offerings. We'll actually start talking about the year. I also, in getting Netflix, I got Xbox Live, which I really fucking enjoy. I'm not much of a online gamer just yet, but I enjoy the Xbox Live Arcade and like the stuff that I can download. Like they have Monkey Island. I can get Monkey Island 1 and 2 Special Edition. It's amazing. But no, I dig the piss out of it. I really enjoy it.
Agent of Asgard.
Yes,
I'll just throw your tag out there.
Yeah, my gamer tag is Agent of Asgard. Agent and Asgard are capitals, capital letters. It's all one word. Is lowercase. Because I love explaining syntax to people. I'm just the only real game that I've played kind of online right now is Borderlands 2, which is fun as fuck. Some releases of note that came out today. Black Science number 2. Have I talked about Black Science? A couple of the Rick Remender, like weird LSD.
I thought it was about George Washington Carver.
it's wow. It's
Black Science.
You don't have to explain why the joke is funny to me. I know why it's funny. That's why I was laughing.
I didn't get it.
It's black science, and just how flatly he said it. No, it's about this group of scientists, the anarchist group of scientists who have broken through forbidden barriers of science and are now hopping dimensions throughout the Eververse. It's fucking incredible. It's like a weird... I've described it as a Robert E. Howard story on LSD because like the first story is him trying to get fresh water back to the thing that their teleportation device so it doesn't explode. It's fucking great. Rick Remender is writing it. Mateo Scalera is doing the artwork for it. You can buy number 2 here, as a matter of fact. I think there's a couple. I think there may be a couple more copies here at Geekopolis. Other releases of note: Pretty Deadly number 3, yet another amazing image book that came out today, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick with art by Emma Rios. This comic is very frustrating to me. The first two issues, it's amazing. Like that's not a slight against the quality of the comic book. It's incredible. It's got some of the most terrific art I think I've ever seen in a comic book. It's just the script is fucking dense, like super fucking dense, like weird Lynchian lyrical, like it's a lot to take in sometimes. I'm going to read all 3 of them now that I have 1, 2, and 3, and then maybe I think it'll work better as a trade. I'm glad that I'm picking up the single issues because of the back matter, and Image has incredible back matter. But no, pick it up. Once again, you can find a couple copies here.
The mom has incredible back matter.
Heyo! I can't softball him in like that because I know you're gonna take a swing. Like it's just like you the gleam in your eye when shit like that happens, just so you can just take a pot shot.
I the other day I have to host this thing at work. I'm like a game show host, and there was the girl that's my Vanna White. She keeps getting onto my case. Because I keep saying shit that's inappropriate.
So you're
I'm Pat Sajak.
You're Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
You want to be Richard Dawson.
I want the fucking long mic.
The long mic, the rings. You want Richard Dawson.
Because I'm like, hey, hi, I'm very energetic and people love it. I had this guy that comes in a lot. I won't tell you his last name, but his first name's Peter. Mm-hmm. And they pull these cards, and there's green cards and there's red cards. The green cards have money on them. The red cards are bad. You don't want the red cards to get 3 strikes in a row type thing. I was like, come on, Peter, we want to see green. Green makes a happy Peter. And
just let it hang.
And I just let it out there. And the game's called Naughty or Nice. And so I was like, well, we want to find out if you've been naughty or nice this year.
Right.
And this girl came up, and I was like, or this older woman. There's no fucking girls in that casino. They're all
like the occasional bachelorette party, but even then.
But so I was like, have you been naughty or nice this year? She's like, well, I think I've been nice. I was like, oh, she thinks she's been nice, folks. And her.
Now, hang on. I'm sorry. I don't mean it, but just a quick clarification for me. Is there an audience? Like, where are you doing this?
I'm doing it right in the middle of the casino.
Gotcha.
So
people are just walking by.
People are walking by, but there's also at some points there's a crowd.
Gotcha.
The crowd builds up. Because I sit there, and at some point I'm like, "Hey, last time I checked, this is a casino, not a library. Let's hear some people. Let's hear some noise." And I get them to.
It's like a Renaissance festival.
Yeah, kind of.
People just kind of mill around.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But
all right, continue.
So
I just had to clear that up.
I told her. I said, I was like, "Oh," she'd pulled another card. She'd done something like she'd pulled a bad card. And I was like, uh-oh, and I was like, maybe you have been naughty, and then, like, the next card, she got, like, a lot of money. I was like, well, maybe naughty girls make more money.
Hey-o!
And
God damn, man!
The girl that was hosting, or the girl that was doing it with me, she's like, you've got to stop doing that shit, because you know how hard it is to maintain composure up here when you're saying that? I was like, sorry.
God, that's great.
I was like, I'm just trying to keep it light.
They give me this microphone. They pay my check.
I was they give a moron a microphone and they expect me to act like a civilian.
The other thing of note is all new X-Men number 20, art by Brandon Peterson. It's written by Brian Michael Bendis. This is the book where the original 5 X-Men from the past are now in the future. and they've joined the mutant resistance movement that's happening in the 616 universe right now, joined by now Wolverine's daughter. This is the big issue where Wolverine's daughter X-23 joins the team because you gotta have a Wolverine on a team because Wolverine's on fucking 7 of them right now, so they can't get him, so they got to get the chick version. I've never really read that much about her, so I don't know. It's kind of my first. That sounded really bitter. I don't understand why that sounded so bitter. Like
you have so much.
Like it keeps me up at night that there's a Wolverine kinda on a team. Like no one gives a shit. It's the lowest stakes vendetta in the world. So 2013.
How was that?
Not that bad. Like
there was too much hesitation in your voice to be.
It's always good.
It wasn't bad.
There's always going to be hesitation because like
I've had dumps that are worse.
The year always starts out with it's like a mountain goat song. I'm going to make it this year. This is my year. This is the year I'm going to make it. And then like come June, you want to kill yourself. Like like not only are you just busy or things are shitty.
Wasn't what was it? Somebody. It could have been you or it could have been somebody else, but kept saying, "Oh, 2013 is going to be the year. You're the nerds. All the nerds are getting their kicks."
Yeah, no, that wasn't me because I know better than that. The word nerd now has become non-existent. Like the meaning.
Thanks, Big Bang Theory.
The meaning of nerd basically that's a huge fucking stake in the heart. The word nerd doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't mean near what it used to mean. Yeah. Everybody's a fucking nerd. Yeah. The one of the Miss Universe contestants is a nerd. Go fuck yourself. You're not a nerd. Like you're a hot girl from a long line of super hot girls. I'm not saying that she probably does enjoy reading Penchant and maybe she's played Settlers of Catan a couple times. That's amazing. I really, really love that you had those interests and that stuff.
Wait,
that stuff floats your boat.
She read Thomas Pynchon?
I don't know. I would just.
I was like, God damn, that's deep.
No, I think it's amazing. Like if you want to get into this, we did an entire episode about this. I think it's amazing if you really, really want to start getting into this stuff, but just.
I think it's the media throwing the.
It's become a commodity, hasn't it? Like
I think the people, because I mean, like I said, we talked about that where we want to kind of embrace like new nerds and new fans, but I think the ultimate enemy here is the media. The media being like, oh well, this year's nerdy geek. Make sure you get your nerd glasses on.
I'm still wondering. Like I'm waiting for the day where somebody realizes that. The Big Bang Theory isn't about being. They're making fun of you.
It's not you. It's not you laughing with Penny. It's supposed to be you laughing at Penny because she's dumb.
But that whole show is just so fucking mean-spirited about its own characters. Yeah. Like it really hates them. Yeah. Like it's disturbing to see sometimes because like every other episode it's always like, look at these fucking weirdos, they go into a comic book store every Wednesday, they're rolling dice around, what's the Spock thing, these fucking weirdos, and they love it. People eat it the fuck up, and I don't understand. This is a tangent. This is ridiculous. I'm so sorry that
we had to stop ourselves on one of our first. Actually, our first.
It was our very first episode.
Very first podcast.
We talked about this for a while.
We had to stop ourselves
because it's always we both had the same conversation with our mothers. It's that
why aren't you watching this?
Somebody calls us up and it's like, hey, saw something on the Big Bang Theory, reminded me of you. I'm like, it's fucking great. I don't want to die.
They were reading comics and not having sex. That's you, isn't it? You in a nutshell.
There were a couple of really big movies that came out this year.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna list.
Tell me because
I'm gonna list a couple and then we'll talk.
Well, yeah, we'll see if I've seen it, or we'll see if the audience has seen it.
Iron Man 3, first up.
I haven't seen it.
You didn't see Iron Man 3?
We talked about it before the show. I own it, but
yeah,
due to some issues.
Iron Man 3. You guys saw Iron Man 3? You still haven't seen Iron Man 3? That's a bummer. Iron Man 3, it seems like every time a Marvel movie comes out, I'm always like, it's like the Tarantino thing. Every time a new Tarantino movie comes out, that one's my favorite. But it's like every time a new Marvel movie comes out, that one's my favorite. Not really the case, because Thor: The Dark World came out as well, which was also great. It was really good, but Iron Man 3 is just... the main reason that Iron Man 3 is so good to me is because it is, from tips to toes, a Shane Black movie. Like that was the one thing that I was really worried about, was that Shane Black was the guy that gave us Lethal Weapon, the guy that gave us the Monster Squad, the guy that gave us Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I was super fucking jazzed that he was not only writing but directing this movie, because he has a very unique visual style. But I was worried that because it's such a huge property, and because it's fitting in with the Marvel template, they're going to release 2 movies a year, and this was their first one, and it's the completion of a trilogy. It's a big movie. It came out pretty early in the summer, and just blew me away. It was really, really great, because it's very much a Shane Black movie, and you can tell it's a Shane Black movie when there's a scene with henchmen that gets more laughs than the majority of the movie. There's a scene. There's like 2 or 3 scenes with these henchmen that are guarding Tony Stark. That's just hilarious. It's very, very funny. No one writes henchmen like Shane Black. It says like that's a weird declaration to make. Like it's
nobody in the business.
Nobody. Get me that Shane Black. He writes mooks really well. This is the end. Have you seen This Is the End?
Okay, I'll tell you the one movie I have seen.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, I saw 2 of them. I saw 2 of the big ones that came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. And apparently, it was the 2 I didn't need to see. Star Trek Into Darkness,
Right.
and Superman 2 or whatever the hell it's
Man of Steel.
Steel.
I like you've given it
It doesn't have Superman in the name.
You've given it a different title every time you say it.
What do I call it? Oh, Son of Superman. I called it Son of Superman.
Yeah, Son of Superman earlier, and I was like, well, that's Returns. He was like, oh, fucking yeah, it is kind of Returns, isn't it?
And that's what I thought this one. I was like, is this some Superman Returns?
We've talked
Superman
about
Origins.
Superman Begins.
Superman Exodus.
We've talked about Superman a little bit in the episodes that we did here. I rewatched it again recently because we bought it, and I hadn't seen it since theaters, and I found myself enjoying it a lot more than I expected.
Okay, that's like it's. The only problem I had was, I mean, the whole physically destroying an entire town and killing millions of people.
Yeah, the third act, like the ending of the third act. Because
I was talking to my wife, I was like, Superman's pissed that this guy's coming down here and he wants to kill all these people and start a new Krypton.
Uh-huh.
Spoiler. But they give little to no regard about the hundreds of thousands of people that are just getting brutally murdered. In the most horrendous, like, 9/11 times 1,000 type accidents.
I will see that and then raise you at the end when he's got Zod in the super headlock and he starts to ray gun or he starts to laser eye the family. That's the thing that sets him off. They can know that's the line. There's that family that's right over there that's in my direct line of sight. Despite the fact that Metropolis isn't on the map anymore. Yeah. It's not a city. It's just become a refuge.
Smallville is now a graveyard.
It's just, and that's just like that. While watching it, I came to the conclusion.
He's a great Superman, though.
Oh yeah, Henry Cavill's great. Like the cast itself was really amazing.
Oh, I didn't want to step.
No, you're fine, man.
I loved the fact that one. It took Lois Lane like 5 minutes to figure out.
Oh, immediately! Oh my god, it was amazing. And how like as soon as she saw that motherfucker's like, oh yeah, that's Superman.
Like her first major line in that movie is like, "Hey, are we gonna stand around here measuring each other's dicks, or are we gonna get some work done?"
That was my favorite. Yes! Amy Adams has quickly become my favorite Lois Lane that I've seen. For those 2 reasons, it's just the fact that she gets into fucking Chris Maloney's face at the very beginning, and then but when I watched it, I really started to think about why parts of it work for me, and I think it's because it's Zack Snyder can put together a fucking picture, like he knows, like he's vastly talented. all of my problems are scripting is on the scripting level, because I don't think David Goyer likes us as fans. Like, I don't think it's so much to the point where he thinks that he knows what we want to see and then gives us that, and then gets pissed off when people don't like it. And it's just there's some things that happen in that movie that are just so the antithesis of Superman to me. I can't remember who said it, but they made an amazing point that Superman is about the inherent goodness that comes from his
upbringing.
No, the need to connect to our race.
Oh, okay.
The need, the isolation that he feels.
That's why you love puppy dogs.
Exactly. Yeah, but the isolation that he feels because he's the last of his race, because this is his adopted home. He's found a way to deal with that emptiness in himself through us, through protecting us.
Mm-hmm.
We get none of that in Man of Steel. Man of Steel is so distant from everything that's happening on the. And not only that, but he's like smarmy and like he's real. Like, I don't know. Like, I keep telling people if they want a really great Superman story, a modern Superman story that ticks a lot of those boxes, the new Grant Morrison Action Comics, because you see him kind of coming to terms with his power, how he can use it to help humanity, how he can become a part of humanity while still standing apart from them. But it's just, I don't know. It got announced today that because Batman vs Superman, Dark Harder, whatever it's fucking called.
The Batfleck?
The new one, yeah. It's like 3-4 weeks from filming, and Ben Affleck got the guy who got an Oscar for writing Argo to come in and do another pass at the script.
Boy!
Yeah. That fills me with a lot of fucking hope, because it fills me with hope so I can ignore the David Goyer Sandman movie that we're gonna get. But I just, god damn it.
That brought up that's a good segue into Batfleck, because I know a lot of people, that's a big thing in the nerd world.
We have a question about it at the very end of the show. We'll talk about it at the end of the show. The other one that you saw was Star Trek Into Darkness, right?
Correctamundo.
Yeah. What'd you think?
The first 50 minutes were amazing. Like, they were really, like, I thought that...
It's long, though, too, isn't it? I remember it being really long.
But, like,
I've only seen it the once. I meant to watch it again, but in preparation of this. But I couldn't bring myself to spend the $3.99 to rent it.
That's just it. Like, I watched it, and I thought a couple of things. One, everybody in the cast did an amazing job. They were all really good actors.
It's impeccably cast. And the chemistry between them all is amazing.
I was going to say, Benedict Cumberbatch is super. I just want him to be in everything.
Yeah, he's good. Well, I just, like, my entire thing is that there's... Devin Faraci on Badass Digest, he wrote this article about Star Trek, and now every time I think about Star Trek, I think about this article. It's that it's a truther movie. This movie is a truther movie because Orky and Kurtzman are super fucking obsessed with the truther movement. Like, really, really obsessed with that. So much so that Orky, Roberto Orky, the guy that wrote it, one of the guys that wrote it, on his Twitter is constantly talking about the World Trade Center bombings, like how they were inside job, how like the melting point of steel, like all this bullshit. So Devin wrote this weird editorial about how Star Trek Into Darkness is a boneheaded truther movie because it starts out with an inside job terrorist attack, which then starts an immediate overreaction by the Federation, then leading to another devastating terrorist attack from the weapon that was supposed to be like. And then there's all the shit with the vengeance that looks. I don't know. That movie just gave me real bummer. Like, just a real bummer to me.
And I mean, you could kind of see pretty hard where it was going.
And they kept fucking telling us it's not Khan. There's no way he's Khan. He's John Harrison. It's John Harrison. It's some other fucking guy. Soon as he shows up and murders those Klingons, I was like, that's Khan. There's no
He's
don't
perfect.
don't
He's a perfect human being.
don't fucking piss on my shoes and tell me it's raining. That is con, J.J. Abrams. It's a bummer, isn't it? Like just thinking about it.
The end.
Yeah,
just like that. Like I could deal with the whole fact that RoboCop is the evil general that wants to.
Peter Weller. Yeah.
That's playing everybody. I just wanted to say RoboCop.
Just
because I love RoboCop. God damn it!
There are too many twists in that movie.
Okay, wait. Can we? Because I thought about this the other day. What is? And this might be another show, but what is Hollywood's obsession with rehashing movies from the 80s?
It makes money.
Yeah, no, but I mean, are they afraid? Like the economy's too bad, they can't come up with original shit and kind of take a chance?
No one wants anything original. No one wants that. That's why Pacific Rim almost tanked. That's why that's why barely anyone saw The World's End. That's why like all of these movies that are actually showing some sort of skill or something to say or some sort of your unique voice is shunned. We don't want that. We want another Transformers movie, which we're getting. We
want 4 more Avatars.
Yeah, we want all that. We want nothing but meaningless spectacle. We want giant CGI set pieces that bring nothing to the overall story.
You know what I think? You know what I think would really help with all of that?
Lizard people.
No,
You're right. You are, sir.
Right, you are. No, like just 1, get rid of 3D. 2, get rid of IMAX screenings.
See, I can't speak to IMAX.
I want every theater in America to be converted back into that shitty little cat box that we had down the road for the longest time, where nobody gave a shit about their job.
Everybody was high.
The floors were sticky. The screen was like no bigger than a fucking quilt.
Yeah, that dollar theater was cherry.
It was amazing.
I really loved
it. Was the best theater in the world.
I saw some great fucking movies there too.
And that's just it. The whole thing is like movies aren't like when they're in. I've yet to see, and I mean, it's not going to be like, oh well, you haven't tried it. I haven't eaten my own shit, and I know that's not going to taste great. I've not seen a movie in IMAX.
I haven't either.
I've never seen like gone to Dark Knight Rises or Superman Return or whatever the hell it was.
I feel like that'd be too scary because even nature documentaries get overwhelming.
No, because I talked to somebody about that. I was like, the only movies that I've seen in IMAX were documentaries or like
school trips.
Yeah. And I remember there was one movie. It was Leonard Nimoy talking about space because fucking what else is he going to talk about? Hobbits. He sings about them. But I was like, I wanted to. We went and watched this thing, and it was talking about how in space they use something, I don't know, because as soon as they showed it to us, I vomited blood, because it was. Oh my
God! It's full of stars.
It was training astronauts on the Earth how to interact with the feelingness of being dizzy constantly, because when you don't have gravity, you can move in any fucking direction.
Right.
You'll get dizzy. You'll not know which way it's up. And so they had, and it was because they knew they were shooting it at IMAX. They had this little bitty spiral thing like the end of the penguin's umbrella, and they filled it. They filled the whole fucking screen with that spiral image as it was turning. So you're sitting there turning, and it's like, fuck, I can't. Where's the fucking roof? Because it got really tense.
That's a stress test that just goes out of control.
I was like, and my head exploded. Those are the things you want to see in an IMAX. I don't want to see.
But even still, like that gets super overwhelming sometimes. I don't know if I'd want to see a real movie in
IMAX. I don't want to. No. That's why I said get them out of the IMAX. Get them out of the big. I want every theater to be like. I like the elevated seating. We'll keep that because that's enjoyable as hell. Mm-hmm. But just make it. I mean, I'm talking 13 by 13 screen. Just the smallest possible.
No, Into Darkness was a real bummer for me because I was very excited about it, and then I saw it, and just like there are like 7 weird reveals in it that make no real sense to the play. Like this happens, and then there's it's the general, and then there's people in the torpedoes, and like
wait,
give me a fucking
this time. It's Kirk going into the reactor.
Yeah, and then like the last 20, like we're sitting there, my fiance, she watched the reboot of Star Trek, which also isn't that great of a movie, but it works because it's very charming and it moves very quickly. This is just fucking dour. It's just so sad. Everybody's really, really sad and broken and
They killed the new
and
Batman.
hurting and we're sitting there watching it and she's never seen Wrath of Khan, which is on me. And
That's a big sin, dude.
I know. I keep trying to get her to watch original Star Trek. Anyway,
You put a ring on it.
she I love you. She's gonna.
I'll edit it out. No, I won't.
She's having a reaction to it because she really loves these characters, and I'm just huffing I'm just stewing, and that movie ends in a fucking foot chase. The last action beat of that movie is a foot chase. After the giant space battle that they had not mere 10 minutes ago, it ends in a foot chase. Fucking ridiculous. That movie's ridiculous. I caught so much shit for not liking it. Oh my god, people were all fucking over me for not liking it.
I wasn't.
And then I kept asking them why they liked it, and it was just like the standard, Benny Cumberbatch is in it. And I was like, well, first off, you saying Benny Cumberbatch negates any and all argument you have. And then I would hit them with this, because the one fucking axe that I would bring to that battle was always this. You know that bit where Shere Khan is in not Shere Khan, the guy from Jungle Book.
You're doing a mix-up of Sherlock.
Yeah, I smooshed it. Yeah, I smooshed those words together. He's in the flyer, the Delta
You know
flyer.
what would have made that movie tits more awesome is having actually Shere Khan in there.
It's like a sentient tiger,
like shoot the movie, legitimate. Like be like, oh no, we're gonna make him an alien race and make him super hyper, and he's gonna look like a super evolved, perfect human being. Okay, great. And then as soon as he gets behind it, like J.J. Abrams is just like, nope, animated cartoon tiger. And then they do all the lines legitimately like how they were supposed. Like every line is spoken with the exact ferocity. But it's just an animated, like, from the Jungle Book, Disney Jungle Book.
See, I was thinking, like, from EverQuest, that tiger race from the game EverQuest, where it's just, like, a big, like walking tiger, like Captain Marvel's friend in DC Comics. Anyway, the axe that I would bring to the battle would be the bit where he's in the spaceship, he's shooting the admirals and such. So Kirk gets a laser gun. I'm gonna repeat that.
Kirk,
because it bears repeating.
Logical.
Kirk gets a laser gun, starts shooting at the thing. It's not happening. He shoots like maybe 3-4 times. Doesn't empty the clip. There's no way he empties the clip because it's a laser gun.
Takes a lot.
Shoots 3 times. Looks at it. He's like, He throws it away. Sees a little engine on the ship. So what does he do? He goes over to a glass panel that's on the door.
For some reason, I pictured a little Indian.
He goes over to this glass panel on the wall, breaks it, which it's housing a fire hose, which I don't know why we still have fucking fire hoses in the 23rd century, but that's a question for another day, I suppose. Takes it and then lassos it into the engine of the ship for it to crash. I have a couple of problems with this. Other than the obvious fire hose thing, he has a laser gun. I need to rewatch it again because the person I brought this up to somebody and they hit me with, well, maybe it was shielded.
It was shielded.
But you can't teleport. If something that's that small, that's covered in that shield, you can't teleport out of it. I know there's that MacGuffin that he can fucking... He's got that one teleport thing that can teleport him all the way to Kronos, which they misspelled. Kronos isn't a fucking K, it's a Q, because it's Klingon.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of. I gotta fucking stop talking about this movie. My blood pressure is just gonna go nuts.
Okay. When the ship was crashing, maybe he lowered the shield. Maybe because the ship was crashing, he lost power in the shield.
And also, if it was shielded, how in the fuck did the fire hose get through a shield? It's a fire hose. It's like a brass fucking. I can't do this anymore.
Well,
I'm just gonna get angry. My nose is gonna start bleeding.
I will plant the flag with you about the fact that this is the 21st century. We've got spaceships flying, and we're still relying on a hose.
Hose! Like, there's not robots that come out.
Which brings me to a point that I wanted to address, and I'll address it later. Toilet paper. We still use toilet paper. It's almost 2014. We still use pieces of paper to wipe our ass.
Do you want the shells?
I want the fucking shells.
The shells from Demolition
Man. I was talking to a girl about that the other night. I was like, the other day, I went up and bought diapers, and I bought toilet paper, and I bought another thing, like $1 or $2 thing. My bill ended up being like $27, and I didn't even buy that big of a thing of diapers. Like it was $8 or $9. I spent $13 on toilet paper, on little pieces of paper that I'm gonna smear shit on and then flush down a pipe.
So you want the shells from
Demolition? I want the shells, for God's sake.
But the shells,
how hard is it to get those?
I feel like the shells would just be even grosser because you're just getting poop on your hands all the time.
No, because they sit them on a little tray and hypothetically.
How do you wash the shells after you just put shit-smeared shells on?
Have you not seen, and this is going to be a really dark place to go, but have you not seen the thing that they use to make smoothies at McDonald's?
No.
That's a really weird...
What they do is
they make the smoothie, and then they take it and they set it back on its port, and as soon as they engage it into its port, it goes... It sprays a sanitizing liquid, and then it goes, and then it sprays like a water up into it, and so it cleans the thing as soon as they're done with it. So the next time they don't have to wash it, they can just use it again. We can apply that same technology to fucking something.
The bidet. You have a bidet.
I don't have a bidet.
Well, I mean, you don't have a bidet.
I'm so fucking broken. That's what I am. I don't have a bidet. Plus, you gotta wonder, is the water cold? I thought about it. I actually put a good amount of thought into it, and it's sort of gay, but it'd be like a almost like a cucumber, like it's got some texture on it. And it would be like a porcelain or. And it would have, and in these little holes, the water would come out, and it would just kind of come up, go in between your cheeks, kind of spin around a little bit, and come back down. Now it's not going up.
That's a fucking children's water toy that you attach to the end of a water hose. Like
yeah, it would go like that. It would be like kind of like a hot dog spinning on one of those things in 7-Eleven. It would rotate like that. It would go up the poop chute.
Wait, it would go inside you?
No, it would go in between the cheeks, kind of clean you out,
okay,
and come back down. And you could have a little step pedal that would control how, you don't want it to. I mean, everybody's got their own preference. You don't want to.
This will immediately be used for fucking. Like, there's no, it'll.
How? It's going to be like that and spinning.
There's no fucking way that there's no way it's going to be used for fucking. Like, come on. I send a fucking letter to Ronco, and the first thing they're going to send you.
I'll send it to what is it that in Bent Health. Because if that guy could get that stupid water fucking slide car wash thing for his kids, I can make.
Oh man!
I got to come up with a clever name for it.
The water pickle.
Water pickle. That's a good one.
Water pickle's good. Yeah,
water pickle.
There we go.
Yeah, water pickle.
I want a 5% steak.
Clean your. Clean your snooper.
There's some. We'll knock these out because we've
wasted a fuck of time.
We've gathered a lot on the.
What else you got there?
The World's End, the third movie.
I want to see that.
Third movie in the Cornetto trilogy. It's fucking phenomenal. It's really, really good. It's because the both Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are very funny movies, but you can also kind of tell that there's an underlying hint of genuine emotion in them.
Yes.
And
into Shaun of the Dead's dark as fuck.
And World's End gets dark too. Like it's a really really thoughtful movie about addiction and friendship and childhood. It's fucking great. The other just random ones I have. John Dies at the End came out this year too.
Really?
Yeah, John Dies at the End was a this year movie. If you haven't seen John Dies at the End,
It's
fucking
amazing.
do it.
It's 2013.
Yeah, it came out this year.
Wow,
Yeah.
I felt like I had that for.
It's set on a shelf for a bit and then came out this year.
Okay.
It's also the books are there are two books. The John Dies at the End and its sequel. This book is full of spiders. Seriously, dude, don't touch it. That's the full title of the book. It's about these two assholes that take this drug called soy sauce and then become aware of other dimensions, demons.
They can see all. They can see everything that's going to happen or ever has
it's
happened.
fucking like the first book is terrifying. It's also very funny and thoughtful and poignant. The movie was directed and written by Don Costoliari, the guy that gave us Phantasm and Bubba Hotep. It's on Netflix streaming. If you get a chance to see it, fucking do it because it's amazing. The other one I've got, You're Next. Another movie that's sat on a shelf for a really long time, and then when I finally saw it, I had no fucking idea why it did. It's a home invasion movie, but it kind of subverts the normal tropes of a home invasion movie, and it's fucking funny. It's barely a horror movie, and it's more of a family comedy. I just watched this
disturbing.
one. It's very, very funny. I just watched this one recently.
Home invasion's never been funny.
Yeah, that's the blurb. That I just watched this one a couple days ago, and I'm fucking glad that I did. It's called Room 237. It's a documentary about The Shining, and it's.
Did they tell you why it's Room 237?
I think I remember this.
Because what's the room number in the original Shining? In the book, it's like
211.
211. In the hotel where they shot the movie,
they changed it from 211 to 237.
Whatever the 237 because there was an actual 211 and they didn't want people to come to there and not want to stay in 211 because it had dead naked chicks in it.
Yeah, they talk about this movie. It's a documentary about The Shining, but it's not. It's about these like 4 or 5 people that are obsessed with The Shining and have come up with these nutty fucking theories about what the movie is about. There's one guy that says that it's an apology for faking the moon landing. It's Stanley Kubrick coming to terms with the fact that he faked the moon landing. He mentions that the 237 thing. It shows a little title card saying that the hotel changed it because they didn't want people to be scared, and then it cuts to this guy immediately going, "Oh no, that's a lie, because if you really think about it," and then he fucking ties it into the moon landing. There's another guy that says that it's about the slaughter of the American Indians and genocide in general.
I've heard that it was
It's
built on an Indian burial
fucking
ground.
bananas. It's a fascinating documentary. I want to watch it again just because I feel like I missed a bunch of shit because these people are really nuts. The other one that I've got, Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim came out this year.
I've never seen
It was
either.
fucking amazing. It was really great. I
wanted
caught
to see the
some
hell out of
shit. I caught some shit for it on Twitter or on Facebook the other day because somebody. I had to knuckle up to somebody because they said it was a cheap Voltron copy, and I was like, I don't really think you watch the movie. Then, there's not.
Do you know what Voltron is?
And that's the thing. I was like, well, it's a bunch of motherfuckers coming together for one robot. Like these are just single runs. Like I don't want to fucking. I'm done. I'm washing my hands of this conversation. TV. There's a couple really. Game of Thrones season 3 happened. Which was amazing. The end of Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad ended this year. It was really sad. It was fucking. It wasn't fucking like it's. That's one of those shows. I get super emotionally invested in shows, as you could tell from the Doctor Who episode that we did a couple weeks back. But Breaking Bad was one of those shows that I kind of stumbled upon and got because when we were living together and I was unemployed. That's all that I was doing. I was just watching 4 or 5 episodes of Breaking Bad in a day, and then crawling into bed because of the
eating Doritos, jerking off, and going to sleep.
Because of the emotions that I had felt. Like it's just it was such a superb show, and I was very pleased with the ending. I thought the ending was really great. That final episode I thought was perfect. But yeah, 2 surprises kind of happened this year on Fox. in apropos of nothing, Almost Human and Sleepy Hollow. Those shows are phenomenal. And Sleepy Hollow I kind of fought for a bit because I was like, this fucking looks terrible. And then I watched the pilot, and it is terrible. That first pilot, that pilot is not good. It's entertaining as shit and really pulpy. And each
Of course it is. It's about a goddamn. I haven't seen it, but it's about the fucking Ichabod Crane coming to.
It's so fucking good. And that's the thing is that they know
Kicking down doors with a sassy black.
They know that
she's black, isn't she?
She's his partner.
Sassy black detective.
Yeah,
or no,
he's really his partner. Like, she drives the show, and he's always baffled by modern shit. Like, there's always a couple of jokes in every episode where he finds something brand new and has no idea. Like, there's this fucking hilarious bit where she's investigating something, and he's sitting in the car just talking. And you don't know who he's talking to, but he's just talking, and he's telling his story, and he's really pouring his heart out. And then finally he just goes at the very end of it, he's like, well, Janine of the OnStar, I appreciate you checking in on me. He's talking to the fucking OnStar lady. Like, he presses the button, she starts talking to him. He just tells this story, and she's like on the other end crying and like thanking him and like really hoping that it's fucking hilarious. It's there are moments of, or in the pilot, I think it's in the pilot. It might be in the second episode. She hands him a gun, and it's just a Glock. And he shoots and then just throws it away. And she looks at him and she's like, Where's your gun? And he's like, it was empty. She goes, there was more shots than that. He goes, what, there was? And then she shoots a bunch, and he's like, oh god, like he's baffled by it. It's so funny.
The repeating.
And it's so fun. And Almost Human has been pretty great. It's a really standard buddy cop comedy wrapped in a weird sci-fi package. What do you look like you're about to?
No, because you were saying Fox. And I think 2013, we can fucking address it because the goddamn internet has. Brian dying.
Oh, yeah.
Brian I wanted his ass to stay
dead. I really wanted him to stay dead, at least for the rest of the season or something.
They released a thing that was like, Stewie tries to get what he most wants for Christmas. And I was like, and I put it up on Twitter, I was like, what if he wants a new wave oven? What if that's the thing he wants
it's
most?
Just a bit? Like they make it into a bit?
And I was like, I want them to just really take a piss on Brian fans right now. Because these people went up in arms over an animated dog.
People get really mad about it.
You've got to be kidding.
And the new dog, the guy from the sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I will say they built that new dog up and they made him really awesome. Second episode in, they made him a racist and a bigot.
Oh, did they? I didn't see the second episode.
Because the second episode, he's like, "Hey, Stewie, why are you doing so many girly things?" It's like, what are you doing? Because they're going to a picnic or something, and he's got a cheese platter and a glass of wine. And he's like, he's doing girly things, like this guy on a block that used to be called Johnny Girly Things. It's like, why did you name him Johnny Girly Things? Because he did girly things. Yeah, because he did girly things. And it don't ride too well. We went over to his house and we worked him over pretty good. He basically talks about like fag beating, and then he's like, yeah, we worked him over pretty good. It's like, well, what happened to him? It's like, oh, we don't know. This other guy in our neighborhood, this other girl in our neighborhood got married to a black guy, so we turned our focus to that. And I was like,
good God!
In the first episode, he's like really endearing, and they make this connection. The second episode, they're like, oh, hey, if we don't bring back this fucking dog, then everybody's here that's going to murder us, but we can't get rid of this dog because it's too nice. Let's make him a racist bigot.
See, when I watched the episode, Emily, you had something to say. One of our audience members.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I just want to say I really love Brian. Okay,
I do too.
He's always been my favorite character on the show. And when he died, because I thought it really brought to, because Family Guy never addresses anything serious, but for once I really felt like, hey, you know what? When your family dog dies, that's sad.
Because everybody has a family dog that dies.
Right.
It was freaking sad. And I think everyone got mad because it brought back the. They remember when Skippy went to the farm and came back.
Went to the farm. Have you seen Brian, though, is the star of one of my favorite episodes of Family Guy ever. The episode where him and Stewie get trapped in the Bank Vault.
Bank Vault, yeah.
The bank vault.
Yeah.
That is an incredible episode.
Fuck that.
And I like the fact that they do that every once in a while. But like I said,
I like
it would have been awesome if they kept him dead for a bit.
At least a fucking
What's up, buddy?
season.
I'm surprised Herbert's still alive. How old he is?
Yeah, I mean, like, of all the characters, like, they could have killed her, or, you know, like, I just don't know, like, address death, that's, and like what she was saying, you know, it reminds...
And The Simpsons did it really well recently with the passing of the
teacher.
Yeah, the woman who played Mrs. Crabapple.
Because she died. So
yeah.
that actual woman died, and they were really sad about it, and they did a beautiful thing about that. But fucking, and then it was funny because the people that got the dog back on the show are the same people that were like, oh, see, they come in threes. Because
I also talked about that.
Because he died, Paul Walker died, and then Nelson Mandela died.
Yeah.
And people said it came in threes. They compared an animated dog to a B-rated actor to the man who led a liberated South Africa.
And then, like, Peter O'Toole...
For nearly 50 years!
Peter O'Toole and then Joan Fontaine, like a week after that.
Yeah. Peter O'Toole died, and I didn't have my phone on, so I missed that. But no, yeah, Fox once again, like, and my wife and I talked about it, and she's like, it was a fucking ratings gimmick. It was a fucking
because they
ratings
announced
killer.
at Comic-Con they were going to kill somebody.
They were going to kill a character, and then they killed Brian, and then people got pissed, and so they're like, oh, ha ha ha, we're bringing him back. No, you fucking just keep it.
It would have been really awesome if they would have left him dead, at least for the rest of the season.
Or just... No, because then you would have gotten the gays up in an arms race.
Well, I just like...
Because I was going to say, he's got a gay brother that looks just like him.
Yeah.
Stewie could bring him in, chemically alter his brain. But then you'd have people...
But I want the gay
gays.
brother like hanging out with Peter.
Bring that dog back.
Yeah, I feel like
But see,
that's the episode I'll watch.
The one thing that I sort of when I heard it vocalized, I was like, oh my god, that's totally accurate. When Quagmire and Brian got into it, and Brian, he was like he was...
Why don't you like me?
He's like, why don't you like me? He's like, I see. He's like, all right, fine. You want to hear why I don't like you? You live with your best friend, and yet you constantly hit on his wife. He's like, you keep talking about all these grand schemes, and he literally dissects every kind of pompous bullshit thing that Brian does and exposes it for what it is. Oh, really? You drive a Prius? Thanks for telling us. We didn't know. Like, he just pulls out all the damn skeletons that are in this.
That's another one of my
closet.
favorite episodes.
I like it just because that, like, him just constantly rubbing Brian's piece of shit attitude into his face. I'm like, yes. Because everybody's like, so, yeah, I'm working on a book. You know, it'd be probably a pretty good chapter for my book. Or, you know, him bringing up his book, and then the best part of that was just, so you gonna write some more in your novel? Give you human characters a bit of a...
My favorite bit about his book is when Lois hears about it, and she says that it's Iron Eagle 2. Like, she's like, that's the plot of Iron Eagle 2! That's Iron Eagle 2! It's like, I don't even know what that movie is. She's like, that's fucking Iron Eagle 2! And then she's like, no. Well, they have to go get some World War II pilots to help them out so they can bring them in. It's like, that's the sequel! That's Iron Eagle 3! So, God, that whole thing about the Iron Eagle movies.
Yeah.
It's there's not really any other... Masters of Sex. It's a Showtime show. It's fucking amazing. It's about Masters and Johnson, the people that did the first comprehensive study about sex. It's Michael Sheen and oh god, what's her face? The chick from Lizzie Kaplan. It's Michael Sheen and Lizzie Kaplan as Masters and Johnson. It's an amazing show.
So, who was that one guy that did the...
Kinsey? Yeah, the Kinsey scale.
Kinsey reports.
Some comics, so just kind of burn through these, and then we've got like 2 questions. The Marvel Now initiative, I think, is incredible. If anybody wants to really get into comics, I think the Marvel Now initiative is where to start. It's this big kind of creative overhaul that they did. They started over their books at number 1 with a bunch of other new titles. And it's not like the New 52 where they're just like nothing matters anymore. Whee!
Guess who can walk again?
Yeah, this is the same status quo of the characters, just under different creative voices. starring in different books. I thought it was awesome. Infinity, which was the big event this year,
Oh yeah.
it's really great. This is I'm kind of running out of steam. I don't know to like I've talked about all of these before. Like
Okay. Well, no, because I was sitting there thinking about it. I kind of wanted to address this. It was a big thing, and I can only pull from shit that recently happened because I have forgotten everything that happened before a month ago. But it was pretty monumental, and I don't want to pander, but I do believe it was amazing. What Beyonce did.
Oh yeah, the album thing. Yeah, that was really awesome.
She ghosted an album for fucking probably a year. She probably ghosted that shit and just dropped it out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was great. It's a good album. It's a really fucking good album.
A full album. It had like what? Every one of them had like there was like 7 or 8 videos with it.
She princed us.
And they were talking about they were like the amount of balls that she had because she put up all the money for this shit by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, she's kind of money god, but
right?
Like all this was just blind money, like just shooting all these fucking videos and keeping all this shit hush hush, and then dropping it like it was. What else? There was something else that I was going to talk like there was a big, monumental. Nelson Mandela died. I don't know what else happened. Nothing else happened in 2013. That was it. That was all.
I'm sure that's just those 4 things. Beyonce album. Nelson Mandela died.
A
shitty Star Trek movie came out.
I see these things. I saw this clip, and I pray to God that it's real and not just people playing with gifs on the internet. But it was Anderson Cooper being like, "Good night." He's like, "I just wanted to remind everybody that this is Beyonce's world, and we're all just living." Part of me thinks that he I believe
just Anderson Cooper. We got 3 really good questions.
Okay, let's hear.
For your biggest disappointment of the year, and what are you not looking forward to in 2014?
Okay, what am I not looking? Okay, let's see. Biggest disappointment in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
For
me, it's Star Trek. It's got to be Star Trek because I was super fucking excited about it. I all the trailers that came out, I was really digging, and then like the closer we got to it, the more and then I saw it, and I was just, God damn it, it really bummed me out.
I'll latch onto that because I can't really think. Like I said, I haven't really watched that many movies.
And that's the thing is that we don't like if we watch something shitty, it's something that we're gonna think is entertaining anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a line between like entertaining, shitty, and shitty shit.
Yeah,
like Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
it's not a great movie, but it's entertaining as hell.
Right.
But literally at the end, when he fucking went into the goddamn generator, kicked it over, he's got the radiation poisoning now, and I was like, did you?
I would have been fine with that if Spock didn't scream Khan. I would have rolled with all of that shit.
But like, and there was another thing. But like, Chris Pike acted the hell out of it.
Yeah, that cast is amazing, and it sucks that they had to do that script. Like, so they went to fucking set every day, put smiles on, and fucking hit their marks, and really sold the piss out of it. And they have to know, like, you got it. John Cho, did you fucking see some of the haymakers that John Cho was throwing during the press for that movie? Mm-hmm. He was taking Abrams to fucking task. Like, he was really, really like talking about how they've whitewashed Khan, of like talking about the lens flare, the fact they're doing the Khan. Like he was throwing bows, and it was incredible.
I know there was a lot of shit coming out because when Khan was originally Ricardo Montalban, mm-hmm. he spoke with this elegant, beautiful accent. He was super fucking tan. He looked like a perfect human, but it wasn't a white human. It was just it was brown. The perfect human was brown.
Yeah.
And so you were like, oh, that's really like in the fucking, what was it, 70s, 60s when that came out, when he first made his appearance as Khan.
Yeah.
Like that was revolutionary. That was, and then to have like the whitest white man
with the whitest name.
With the whitest white man.
What are you not looking forward to in 2014? I know mine.
I don't even know what's coming out, dude.
The RoboCop. Reboot.
God, why?
Not looking forward to that at
all.
I
was on board. I was honestly on board all the way up until they painted him tactical black.
Yeah, he looks like Batman, like with a weird visor. I'm starting to kind of get.
I saw they showed him and he was like metallic. It was like that shitty, cheesy metal, and I was like, yes, because Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's the big one. He's like, no, we need a newer look, do black, and then you just see black.
Chugging guitar riff, man. That's quite like I don't know. Like I'm really hoping it's one of those. It's one of those like it's really goofy, like it's super fucking goofy, and I may get really into it. But
non bummer. What are you most looking forward to in 2014?
Godzilla or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Because like Godzilla, I think is that's a sure bet for me is Godzilla, and that trailer is fucking incredible. The design of Godzilla looks amazing. Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm really looking forward to because I just started reading the Guardians of the Galaxy comic books, and it's bat shit nuts. And like they're just throwing money at James Gunn to make this movie, and I'm very, very excited to see it because I don't think people really
understand
know what they're getting into. Like it's a movie with a talking raccoon and tree. Like those are two main characters. They're part of the team.
I sat there talking to my wife. I was like, I wanted to be in the production room, or like it's like, all right, we're gonna start talking to people for the movie. It's like, great. Who you got in mind? It's like, well, I want to get the kind of muscly dumb guy from Parks and Rec. It's like, okay, yeah, he was in Zero Dark 30. It was good. That was good. All right. Who else you got? Karen Gillan. They just wrapped up on Doctor Who. We could get her. Great. Science fiction. Todd bringing the nerds. All right, great. Who else you got? It's like, how about Bradley Cooper? Awesome. Great bankability. Is going to be like sexy space cop? No, he's going to be a talking raccoon.
We're never going to see him.
You're never going to see his face. He's literally going to be a talking animated raccoon. I mean, we're going to do it stylistically. He's not going to look like a cartoon, but it's going to be a raccoon.
And then, like, I got even more excited about Guardians of the Galaxy when I saw Benicio del Toro in Thor, because he's in Thor. That's the tag, because he's the collector. He's one of the villains in it, and he's wearing like a fucking he looks like Mugatu from Zoolander, and like he does this weird like fucking thing with his hands, and like he's speaking like this way. He's wearing like
Dr. Gonzo
thick fucking eyeliner, and like I felt the theater pull away from it, because it looks the tag in Thor looks really shitty, and it's the collector's pad. It's just like a bunch of weird shit in glass tubes, and like they give him that's the first time they say the Infinity Stones, and like they give him the thing, and it looks crazy, like just my kind of fucking crazy, right up my goddamn street. And I knew I was gonna love that movie as soon as he did. Like I want to record myself doing the hand thing that he does to the Asgardians. Like it's Sif and Volstagg that come in, they give him the thing, and he's like, "Oh, Asgardians," and then he like claps his hands, rubs them together, like presents them, and then bows. Like it's so fucking crazy, super fucking crazy. I'm really, really super excited about it. And Captain America. I think Captain America is going to be.
Oh, Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is going to be amazing.
I think Spider-Man too.
Yes, but not really.
Got a lot of
jazzed about it. Yeah, Suit looks better. Suit looks amazing, but there's too many fucking villains in that movie. Anyway, the other question that we have: why is Ben Affleck playing Batman? He just won a fucking Oscar for Warner Brothers, so they're gonna let him do whatever he wants.
He won an Oscar for directing.
Still, like he's.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm arguing the other point.
I don't know why I'm in this tiny boat, but I'm very excited for Ben Affleck to play Batman, because like he's been so dour. We've seen him sad. We've seen him broken. We've seen him tough.
I want to see Bat Gatling gun.
Gatling gun, or the grappling hook.
Grappling hook. I want to see Batman grappling hook.
And plus, like Ben Affleck's just charming. He's a charming dude to watch on screen.
I want to see Bat ladder.
I
want to see Bat shark repellent. I want to see that.
And I like the more I hear about the movie, I like the scripting news that we heard today. I'm very excited about, because that guy is an amazing script. I mean, he's got a fucking Oscar for it, and apparently they're trying to get Joaquin Phoenix to be the villain. Like they've approached
Who
him.
would he be?
I don't know. Everybody's saying Lex Luthor, but I don't care. Like it's Joaquin Phoenix. I just want Joaquin Phoenix to be. It's the same thing with Michael Shannon in Man of Steel.
Sorry.
Michael Shannon is hands down the most watchable element of that movie because he's nuts. I don't know. I just don't know.
2013. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, what a bunch of fucking
an asshole.
But no, that's
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
That's-
Motherfucker.
that's the end of this. That's all we've got. Like I said, running out of steam. I don't know how to bring it. You can find us. I didn't do this at the very beginning because we were talking about Elizabeth Banks for so much at the beginning. You can find us
Have
on.
you seen her tits on anything? Like, has she exposed her tits in anything?
I don't know. You know, Mr. Skin and type in
I'm
Elizabeth
gonna
Banks.
Google that. I'm gonna go to Tumblr because it's gonna give me unlimited access.
You can find us on YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel with all of our past episodes. Plus, this episode will be up in the next couple of days. Please go to youtube.com. I don't know why I said .com. Like you didn't know. Type in Alan Moore's Porch. You'll get our channel. You get our episodes. Please subscribe, rate, comment, share, enjoy. Hateful comments. That's always welcome too.
I thought we were gonna get a hateful comment. Oh, you
I
got a hateful comment.
Yeah, I did. We did get a hateful comment.
Every time I hear Justin's wrong opinion.
Yeah, wrong opinion about something, which is a fact. We're also on Twitter at Alan Moore's Porch. We have an active Twitter. You can find us both on Facebook. Just search our names: Justin Partridge, Rocky Turner. For Alan Moore's Porch, I am Justin Partridge. With me, as ever, is Rocky Turner. Bidding 2013 a fond fuck you.
You piece of monkey shit.
All right. Good night and good luck. See, you don't have to. It's fine.
Don't indulge.